2 linggo na lang po ang 2 linggo nang nakakaraan ang pangalanan ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte, ang bagong Chief of Staff ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Kumustahin natin ang mga plano at paghahandang ginagawa ng AFP sa ilalim ng bagong liderato nito. Makakasama natin ngayong umaga si Lieutenant General Andres Centino. Maganda umaga po, General.
Magandang umaga, Yusek Rocky. How are you?
Opo, mabuti naman po. Sir, congratulations po sa pagkakatalaga sa inyo bilang bagong AFP Chief of Staff. Bilang bagong pinuno po ng AFP, ano po ang inyong command guidance sa mga miyembro ninyo?
Yes, thank you for Yusek Rocky. The mandate of the AFP is to protect the people and secure the state. We will perform this mandate following the 4 major thrusts that I have laid out when I assumed as the Chief of Staff. We want to emphasize operational efficiency, ensuring that all activities, all operations would yield results. Second, we would want that there is optimal use of our resources. We know that resources are just sufficient. We just would ensure that these are used following its intended purpose. We would also want to advance professionalism and meritocracy in our organization. And we will implement our continuous capability development.
Opo, aside from that, General, ano pa po yung mas bibigyang prioridad at focus ng AFP sa ilalim po ng inyong liderato, aside from yung inaasahan po nating modernization?
Yes, yung pinaka-urgent and importanteng task na gagawin natin is to comply with the task given to us by the Commander-in-Chief to end the local armed conflicts within his term. That is barely 7 months from now. And by doing that, we will also be ensuring that in the coming months, nearing election, we will have a situation wherein we are capable to facilitate the conduct of a safe, secured, fair elections.
Opo, punta muna tayo sa modernization. Ano po? General, kumusta na po yung AFP modernization program? Ilang porsyento na po yung nakukumpleto dito?
We are actually on the tail end of the second horizon of our modernization program. Hinati kasi natin ito ng 3 period. We have the first horizon, second horizon, which ends next year, 2022. The third horizon will be from 2023 to 2028. For this horizon, we are completing the list of projects which will be delivered by next year. Marami tayong mga procurements na ginagawa. Actually, itong second horizon is actually the transition from our internal security operations, yung capabilities natin. We will be transitioning to developing our capabilities to address our territorial defense challenges. No? So first, second, third horizon. Sa second horizon, marami tayong mga kagamitan na up for delivery by next year. Sa Philippine Army, we have artilleries na mga kagamitan na parating ni next year. These are 155 self-propelled howitzers. Sa ating Philippine Navy, we will have corvettes. Ito yung mga boats na a little smaller than the frigates that we have right now. At sa Philippine Air Force, bibili din tayo ng mga medium lift aircraft. Kasama na nito yung mga C-295 additional aircraft. Meron din tayong mga attack helicopters coming in. At madagdag ko na rin, sa Philippine Navy, we will be having submarines, missile systems, and itong communication na importante sa atin, C4I Star. There will be deliveries coming in. And sa Air Force, multi-role fighters ang ating ipoprocure within the second horizon.
Opo. General, pag pinag-usapan po yung internal security operations, siyempre lagi po ang tinatanong dyan, paano daw po susupuin ng AFP ito pong terorismo at dito sa New People's Army, paano po wawakasan itong local communist armed conflict? Ano na daw po ang pinaka-update dito?
Maganda na po ang ating campaign, no? Pag-implement sa ating campaign sa laban sa insurgency, laban sa terorismo. We are intent to comply, as I have said earlier, na magampanan yung inutos ni Presidente sa atin to end the local conflicts within his term. Right now, we are addressing the issues of insurgency together with the other government agencies. Yung nabuo na ang National Task Force, LCAC, na kasama na nga sa pag-issue ni Presidente ng Executive Order 70, kasama na natin ngayon ang iba't ibang agencies of government in addressing the problems that have caused this 52 years old na problema sa insurensiya. Because they are now our partners, it gave us the focus, the time, the resources, the personnel that has been so much wanting in the past. Kasi nga kung maalala natin, bago nangyari itong EO70, our soldiers were our policemen, serve also as doctors, dentists, as engineers, as even teachers, no? Ito yung mga ginagawa more than their our core function of war fighting. So kaya noong araw hindi talaga naka-focus tayo to address the armed insurgents. Right now, nandyan na yung ibang agencies, the DILG, DSW, DPWH, TESDA, and all agencies, kasama na natin ngayon. So, dito na kami ngayon, the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police is now focused in going after the armed group. And this setup has increased our successes. At exponentially, malaki na nang nabawas natin sa mga threats. And we are glad to report that out of the remaining guerrilla fronts, ilan na lang ang natitira. In fact, this year we have dismantled 20 guerrilla fronts. No? So 43 ang natitira, merong 11 na for dismantling. So at the rate that we're going, I am sure that hindi malayo na makomply talaga natin yung inutos ng ating Presidente. Especially now that we have the time, the resources, the focus, and the personnel to perform these tasks.
Opo. General, permission po, meron pong tanong sa inyo yung kasamahan natin sa media na si Celerina Monte ng NHK Manila. Ito po ang tanong niya, is there a plan to refurbish the dilapidated BRP Sierra Madre or build a permanent structure in Ayungin Shoal under second horizon or before the end of President Duterte's term?
Ganito ang situation doon, no? In Ayungin Shoal, we have our Navy boat there, LT-57, ang tawag nito BRP Sierra Madre. It has been there since 1999. And since then, we have considered it as a government post, a permanent government post, and it is manned by AFP personnel since 1999 hanggang ngayon. And considering that for the longest time nandun siya, subjected to the elements na nagkakaroon din ng nag-deteriorate, so dahil may mga kasamahan tayong mga sundalo nandun, we have to also ensure that yung living conditions nila ay maayos. Kaya inayos natin yung tirahan nila doon sa barko na yon. Aside from reprovisioning, we provide supplies regularly. And yan ginagawa ng ating mga forces under the Western Command. Nagpapadala ng mga tao din to replace kasi hindi naman pwedeng matagalan ang pagkadestino doon. So we have regular provisioning of supplies. Yung rotation din ng ating mga personnel ginagawa natin. And kasama na rin doon yung pag-ayos ng kanilang mga tirahan doon.
General, makakasiguro po ba yung taong bayan daw po na hindi makikiisa sa partisan politics ang mga miyembro ng Armed Forces of the Philippines?
Yes, Yusik Raki, you can be assured that the public can be assured that as a professional organization, the Armed Forces will be non-partisan. We will perform our mandate of ensuring fair elections. Nagagawa na natin to in the past. No? We have proven that together with the Philippine National Police, the AFP is a dependable deputy of the COMELEC in ensuring that we have fair elections.
Opo. General, ano naman daw po mga dapat na asahan sa nalalapit na selebrasyon ng 86th founding anniversary ng Armed Forces of the Philippines at paano nyo po ipagdiriwan ito sa gitna ng pandemya?
Ang ating 86th anniversary, ang ating theme ay AFP at 86, kalasag ng Pilipino, kaagapay ng mamamayan, lalaban para sa kapayapaan sa gisag ng kadakilaan. So we have gone this for 86 years already, and we will celebrate, although considering the times, we will have a simple celebration. And this celebration will be focused towards honoring our men and women of the armed forces, who, most especially those assigned in the far-flung detachments of our outposts. Kasi sabi ko naman noon na the armed forces of the Philippines, the Philippine Army, the Philippine Navy, the Philippine Air Force is not confined here in the headquarters. It is out there where our soldiers, our sailors, our airmen are deployed sa mga malalayong lugar. So that is the intent of the celebration. We make sure that the heroism and the professionalism of our soldiers will be recognized.
Panghuli na lang, General, ano na po ang partisipasyon ng Armed Forces of the Philippines para suportahan ang ating National Vaccination Days ng pamahalaan na nagsimula po ngayong araw?
Yes, kami ay na-task ng ating national government to be a partner in ensuring that we're able to contribute to the national vaccination effort. No? Ang mga ginagawa natin ay meron tayong mga liaison teams in the different areas of the country. We have mobilized our personnel from the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, coordinating with the other agencies of government para ma-implement talaga natin yung pagpabakuna ng ating mga kababayan. We have also created within the AFP units vaccine action teams. Sila ay binubuo para madideploy sa mga iba't ibang lugar kung saan kailangan. And we have also put on alert our equipment. We have our air assets, ang ating mga kagamitan for transport of the vaccines are being readied so that when needed, agad-agad natin silang ma-deploy.
Opo. Daghang salamat po, Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Andres Centino ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Congratulations po ulit, General.
Maraming salamat ulit, Yusek Rocky.